Welcome back to the Spoken Fire Show. I'm your host, Jack Alexander.
Why did he lean like that? He's like.
Welcome everybody. Welcome everyone back to the Smoke Fire Show. And then I get interrupted by Owen.
The problem is we'd have to do it with a straight face. That's the hard part about doing it.
I get interrupted by Owen. It's like every single time, and then most of the times I actually just cut it out. I think I'll keep it this time, but...
It's not a Smoke or Fire episode without an Owen interruption.
That's true. Well, officially, welcome everyone back to the Smoke or Fire Show. I am your host, Jack Alexander. Alongside me, as always, is Owen Colshall Klein. And to the left, or wherever he is at on your screen, Alex Corbin, we'll bleep that out, Bean Walters in the building. We have T-minus 3 weeks until the NBA season is upon us. When is the preseason happening? Do we know that information?
Right.
It literally starts now. Like, it starts in the next couple days.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. Well, by the time this episode's out, we'll already have preseason out. So
It starts Thursday.
Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow.
Yeah, the 76ers and Knicks are playing in Abu Dhabi, and then the Pelicans are playing Melbourne.
What time is that gonna be on?
12 p.m.
God bless you.
I was gonna say, what time do those
And
games
then the
take if they're overseas?
Melbourne game is at 5:30 in the morning.
What teams are those?
It is the Pelicans and Melbourne United.
Late.
Well, today we are going to be doing our Eastern Conference predictions. Next week we will be doing the Western Conference predictions. But before we get into any of that, there's been a few things that are going on in the NBA world that need to be talked about. And today we are, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Debuting.
And today we are premiering, I'm not going to say debuting just because I wanted to. Today we are premiering Spill the Beans, featuring Alex Corbin B. Walters.
Corbin.
And we'll bleep that out as well.
Corbin, for short. But we have to bleep that out too because it has part of his government name. We don't want to. My government name that we don't. AD got called by. Did you see that the Mavericks media was doing? They were referring to everybody by their government name.
Yeah, that's a
Is that not his
media
government
trend.
name?
They were doing that with everybody. They were doing like old photos. They were doing government names. It was hilarious.
It was actually pretty
Anthony,
funny.
not his government name.
It's like
No, they were like going full government name. Like
Yeah,
Anthony. What's his middle name?
Oh, just saying his middle name too.
you guys know who Nardwuar is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like when Nardwuar comes up to rappers and just drops like a bar from when they were in like high school, or right before they blew up. It's exactly.
Anthony-
We need to do like as much research on Mo as possible, and then we'll be like, you're Mojo 99. We have to know.
We need our
That's what we should have.
we need our federal connections for that, like Nardwuar has, because there's no way he doesn't have federal connections.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to know somebody on the inside. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah, exactly.
But welcome to Spill the Beans, everyone. Today we're going to talk about some of the big news going on in the NBA, and that is Jonathan Kuminga has finally signed his extension, 2-year, $48 million contract with the Warriors. I don't remember, was there a team option on it? Player option?
There was a team option. There is a team option which, surprisingly, he accepted because...
Wait, we can spill the beans right now. We'll get to it after this, but because there's just something that happened 55 minutes ago that we can also elaborate on.
Well, in the meantime, yes, it is a 2-year. I believe he's getting about $24 million every season for the next 2 seasons if they choose to accept that team option. Surprisingly, he actually accepted that offer, but in reality, I mean, it was either that or the qualifying offer. So it's like he didn't have that much. He didn't have that much power in this type of discussion.
What is the qualifying offer in that context?
Like 8-9 million.
Oh my
for
god!
one season.
Nothing good.
Nothing
Nothing compared
great.
to 24.
Yeah. So he accepts it and accepts a team option for a player who was really asking for like 30 million and a player option. So not the best for Jonathan Kuminga himself, but come January 15th, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of stealing the show on what should be Spill the Beans, but this is my team. So
Well, yeah, I want you to talk about it. This is me bringing it to y'all to talk about it.
Okay. January 15th. That is the date that everyone is marking on the calendars because that is the date when Jonathan Kuminga is available to be traded, and he will be traded probably on that date.
Oh, he 100% will be. There's no way they go without trading him again.
Very tradable contract.
Really? $24 million midterm rental? I don't like. Wouldn't it make
on
more
a team
sense?
option.
But I'm saying though, wouldn't it have made more sense to give him the qualifying offer because then you could dump the contract effortlessly for a second rounder?
It's actually, Owen, you'd be surprised to find out that trading in today's NBA, it is a lot harder to trade an $8 million contract than it is a 24 because everybody is like the minimum.
That's a good point.
Like what you're gonna like Quentin Grimes, for instance, was asking for $32 million. He didn't get that. He got the qualifying offer of like 6 from Philly. But like Josh Giddey, players like Josh Giddey are getting paid 30 plus. I mean, like anybody that you want to get for the same value as Jonathan Kuminga, you're gonna need to give him money, and $8 million isn't gonna cut it.
Especially in an era where we are dealing with the second apron.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the aprons, and the escalators you get in the salary cap kind of make the cap math hard. So,
and especially if you have someone
sense.
especially if you have someone like a Josh Giddey who's making $32 million a year, or however much he's making, it is insane. But if you want to trade that type of contract, I'm not saying you trade Josh Giddey, but trade that type of contract, $32 million, for someone like a Jonathan Kuminga, who is making 24, like boom. I mean, that's still a good amount of money for a player, but at the same time, you just dumped $8 million for a team that is wanting to be possibly below the second apron.
To put it into perspective, this is also part of Spill the Beans. Jonathan Kuminga, he's done what he has with his issues with the Warriors, but let's put it into perspective. Nikola Jovic, who has not been a starter he's been a starter, like I'm looking at it, in his 107 games he has started 56 of them, and the most he has done is average 10.7 points. He's now getting paid $15 million a year because he just signed his extension of 4 years, $65 million.
That's a good contract. Is that what happened 55 minutes ago?
yeah.
Yes, that just happened. They just signed an extension with Nikola Jovic. But my point in there is like Jovic has barely played any like not meaningful minutes, but like he's a bench player who just got paid $15 million, and his production
that's normal now.
His production in comparison to Jonathan Kuminga isn't there. So like if Jovic is making 15, you're gonna have to give Kuminga some money for any trades of value to work.
And obviously, this is just like beating the dead horse because we talk about this over and over and over again for the last few years. But I mean, it's still a fact that the Warriors front office and Mike Dunleavy are very much scouting what is happening in Milwaukee. So if that blows up, they want to be in the sweepstakes for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So
it's going to be hard though.
It is, of course.
They're gonna ask for a piece of the Golden Gate Bridge in that Giannis trade.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to because they have 3 tradable first-round picks and then just their young core.
Here's what's going to happen.
Trade Jimmy Butler.
The Bucks' plan is going to be, the Warriors' plan is going to be, is that they're going to be like, we'll give you Curry and Kuminga, and they're for Giannis, and they're like, oh shit, Steph Curry and Jonathan Kuminga, and then they're going to come off on the plane. It's going to be Seth Curry and Jonathan Kuminga.
You know how devious that would be?
That's what's going to happen.
It's going to be a ripple. It's going to be a ripple effect.
If that happened,
it's going to be teams that are going to start specifically asking for first names in trades after seeing what happened to the Suns.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, you better allow it if it's Seth Curry and Jonathan Kuminga for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, if it's Steph Curry and Jonathan Kuminga, I'll allow it.
Really?
Yes, let's
No,
think
it's for
logically
Giannis.
here, brother.
I
Let's
shouldn't
think logically.
question it. It's for run and dunk, man.
I
It
love
also
Curry.
it would also never happen.
No.
We're never getting rid of Curry. He's gonna retire here.
He'd have to leave himself. Like he'd have to actively choose to leave.
Which you have nothing to prove.
You know, it'd be funny. Mike Dunleavy wouldn't do anything to replace him, just like they did in the offseason. He would
got
sit there and do
pods.
nothing.
And Seth
Brandon-
Curry.
Seth Curry's gonna be the replacement. That's what they're prepping for.
We
Exactly.
have Steph Curry at home.
Bro, can we just talk about how awesome that is?
Yeah, they finally paired the actual Splash Brothers together the way it was meant to be.
There's been a lot of transactions for the Warriors. It was either today or yesterday, where we obviously got Al Horford. We re-signed Gary Payton II. We signed Seth Curry. We kind of re-signed because we used to have him, D'Anthony Melton. Is that it?
I think
Obviously,
so.
Kuminga.
Jack, I'm uninformed on the moves that Mike Dunleavy made because he made them so late. That
I just don't like the fact that you even say his name. To be honest with you, like hearing his.
Mike Dunleavy?
It irks me.
Does that make you mad, Jack?
To
Does
the
that
core.
bother you?
Yeah, it does.
Man he's something else.
He's not a great GM, and when I say not great, I mean horrible. So, Mike Dunleavy, if you're watching this, come on the pod. Actually, that'd be awesome.
Come on the SOF, come on the SOF, baby.
After you just trash the man.
Well, I'll do that for anyone, dude. I'll be like, yeah, I'm like, Luca's fat, and then
Come on the
Luca,
pod.
come on the pod.
Come on the pod, Luca. Luca, come on the pod. Seriously. Anyway, let's get back to it. The Eastern Conference predictions are officially upon us, and I love this time of year. So, how are we going to do this? Are we doing a consensus, or are we doing showing all three different ones? How are we?
Why don't we build all three together? I mean, we can say our three, and then we'll build. But as we go, we can build our own, the official SOF one.
Let's do it. What kind
Owen?
of show everyone?
I will pull up
the Eastern Conference predictions.
I will pull
Not
up
this.
this glorious Enjoy Basketball standings prediction. Shout out Kenny Beecham.
And all the
Shout out.
Enjoy basketball team. Actually, we're going to be part of the Enjoy brand one day.
Yes, I am here and ready.
This
for
is
it.
us shooting our shot.
This is us constantly begging. I have DM'd Kenny. I have DM'd the Enjoy basketball account countless times.
Mo promised me that you would respond, and you didn't respond, Kenny. Okay? That's all. That's all. I
Hell
need.
mans.
Hey, relax. Relax,
Hey, go
Owen.
that man.
That was our shot, and you just ruined it. Just need to let you know that. Mojo told me that you would respond.
Did he actually?
He did.
No.
Pull up the DM.
All right. Anyways,
Now
who's
shut
your
up.
guys' fifth? Jack, who's your 15th seed?
My 15 seed is the worst team in the NBA in the last couple of years, and it's going to be the Brooklyn Nets.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're all on Brooklyn there.
Brooklyn Nets, baby.
Okay, we have our first consensus pick.
Then again, we say that, but they won, 27 last year?
Yeah, but they're
I don't
starting
care.
like Yegor Dem and Danny
Oh, no,
Wolf
the team's
and
bad. The team is bad.
16 draft picks that they picked up in the offseason.
They have their two best players are just players that don't pass the ball. Like, there's not going to be any continuity for this roster. Who's their coach now?
Is it Darko? Right? No, it's not Darko Rajovic. That's the Raptors coach.
I've heard good things on their front office and whatnot as far as their coaches go.
Jordy Fernandez. Jordy Fernandez.
Is it Jordy or Jody?
Jordy. I gotta say, there's the only thing I could say is good things about the guy. I mean, he took that team
Yes.
and they won 27 games last year when they were not even. They were supposed to be I think their Vegas odds were 17 games.
Yeah, there's just no obviously there's direction in the sense of youth, but there's no continuity throughout the entire roster. Obviously, it's looking like kind of a brand new team with you're bringing in 5 new rookies at least from the first round and probably some second rounders, and then you trade for Michael Porter Jr., who's it doesn't really do anything for your roster long term. Obviously because of his injuries, but also Michael Porter Jr. is your best player. not including maybe Cam Thomas, they're going to be the 15 seed. I mean, there's just nothing there that like really excites me outside of Diego Demon.
It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that.
Moving on to 14.
It should be the Toronto Raptors. If it's not,
Whoa!
It's not the Toronto Raptors.
Not the Toronto Raptors.
I put the Toronto Raptors down there.
The Toronto Raptors are going to be much higher than that.
I have the
Okay,
Wizards at 14.
I don't have the Wizards actually.
I have the Wizards a lot higher than that, brother.
I don't have the Wizards there. I actually have the Chicago Bulls.
You know what? I'm not against it. I'm not against the Bulls. They made no improvements.
Actually, they
Same
got
garbage team. Same garbage team.
I mean, they traded Lonzo for Isaac Okoro. They re-signed Josh Giddey to a massive contract that kind of handcuffs them to mediocrity.
The only thing you can say in hopes of the Bulls is Modas's progression.
Yeah, I think
And that's
Modest can be great, but that's not gonna move me. I don't think. And there's other teams above 13 and above that kind of show me at least A, improvement of the roster throughout this offseason, and B, a young core that has potential. And of course,
Bulls ain't got none of that.
Yeah.
Chicago has
Neither.
a couple. I mean, they have a couple young pieces, but they don't have a young core that I am like super confident with and super excited for.
The more you guys explain it, the more I realize, yeah, the Bulls really, other than drafting some guys and re-signing some dudes, they really didn't do anything.
The thing is, they always find a way to be a play-in team. They always find they're like the Heat. They always find a way to be at that 10 to 11 spot.
I don't think that's gonna keep happening unless there's some sick joke that Silver's playing on us.
I just think there's a bunch of young teams that are going to make at least slight improvements.
Oh, I do too, but I mean, I just said the Bulls never cease to amaze.
Yeah.
But Kenny Beecham, this is your punishment for not responding to my Twitter DM. And I'm putting the Chicago Bulls at 14. That's what I'm doing.
That'd be really funny if that's exactly how it went. But who do you guys have at 13?
Hold on,
At 13.
One
At
second.
13.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good.
At 13, this is where I have the Washington Wizards.
At 13 is where I had Chicago. So
I put Charlotte there.
Okay. But you had Washington at 14. Someone did.
I'm leaving.
That was Bean.
Why? What is so bad about the Hornets that makes them 14th?
Oh, that's why you were doing that. Okay, I was confused.
It's the
Okay,
Hornets.
Owen, hold on. Actually, Owen, let me read you something. And I read this to Jack last night, and I want to make this very clear. Let's remember.
Hold on. Do you think the Hornets are a playing team before you make your argument?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't have.
Owen, let me read you something that I think is very important for people to realize who sleep on the Hornets. That the Hornets were the 14th seed last year. They won 19 games. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to hear the Charlotte Hornets majority of their season starting lineup? Would you really like to hear it?
And yes, and that's exactly the reason why I would put them there. Because if they were healthy, I'd have no choice but to put them higher. But we can't bank on that.
That's not a horrible point.
But hold on, hear me out. Okay, and this is what I want to make thing.
It's not a talent thing. It's a health thing, Bean. That's literally it. Like, there's no. It's not that they can't go.
Legitimately let me get this train of thought off. Has nothing to do with the health. KJ Simpson, DaQuan Jeffries, Josh Green. No, hold on. Let me get this again. KJ Simpson, DaQuan Jeffries, Josh Green, Miles Bridges, Moussa Diabate. That was the starting five for a 19-win team for the 14th seed. Now, yes, health is a problem here. Health is a very big issue.
The whole point is.
But when LaMelo goes down, because LaMelo is your biggest worry, instead of KJ Simpson, you have the option of Spencer Dinwiddie. You have the option of Colin Sexton if Brandon Miller goes down. You now have Con Knippel, who everybody's been really high on. Like, this team has made so many improvements in terms of their really shit depth. And people still want to say they're a bottom two team. So what do y'all want? What is it that the Hornets need to do? They just need to take a magic pill and have a guarantee that LaMelo's not going to be out in 32 games? Or, like, because at this point they can't improve the roster and make anyone feel better about the team.
Well, it's one of those things, and just kind of to, I mean, I don't have the Hornets at 13. I have them a little bit higher, but it's one of those arguments. If we move a little bit to the NFL, it's like they're kind of just the Chicago Bears of the NBA, where it's like, oh, they did this move, oh, they did that move, but it's the Chicago Bears. So.
Yeah, that's kind of that's actually a perfect point. It's like they did all of this great, but like, okay, go pay it off. Like, we haven't seen them pay it off. Which, again, I want them to. I want
this is the
them
first
to
time they've done
fire.
anything.
I want the Hornets. I want the Hornets and Bulls playing a 9-10 playing game on TNT in April. But
all I'm saying
I don't
is,
see it happening.
Last time they had a big offseason, they were a play-in team.
Okay,
they did nothing the last like 3 off seasons. And then it got Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward, and then they were a play-in team. And then they lost because that was LaMelo's rookie year.
So who do we want to put at 13 instead?
My problem is like, I have Washington at 13. But it's like, I'm really high on Washington. I think that young core is great. I don't think it's going to happen this season. But I'm really high on that core in general, like for the future. So that makes me want to put them like above the Hornets and whatnot. But I think as of right now, the Colin Sexton move, the Con Knippel draft pick, those two things in and of itself, I mean, the Washington Wizards just got. They traded Jordan Poole for C.J. McCollum, which a lot of people are saying is an improvement. I mean, they drafted Trey Johnson, who personally I have above Con Knippel. Alex Sarr is going to be in his year 2. We're looking at they still have a lot of veteran presence in the sense of Chris Middleton, in the sense of, I know they have another, like C.J. McCollum and whatnot. So by that
Smart?
standard alone,
No.
they have my vote above the Hornets. But
I just don't
I'm
think
open for discussion there.
I just don't think those moves for the Wizards in any way were like, okay, these are guys that we want to stick around here. Like, we're going to trade for CJ so that he can be the point guard for this team in the future. I think legitimately getting them is because what was the trade for exactly? I can't remember exactly how the Jordan. If y'all want to talk while I look this up.
Well, the main parts was Jordan Poole and C.J. McCollum.
I think
like Sadiq Bey and like the 41st overall pick.
Part of what it is, and this might just be a me thing, and Jackie, feel free to light me up on this if you so choose.
I will, even if I agree with you.
And this might sound crazy, but I feel like the Wizards have a better direction than the Hornets do. I understand the Hornets have LaMelo Ball and they've made all these moves.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean,
okay,
I think...
but let me finish real quick before you tear me a new one. Like, the Wizards are in like a year 1 or year 2 rebuild. The Hornets are just getting the year 0, year 1 is what I'm getting at. Like, the Hornets finally made the moves to start the actual rebuild. Because for the last 2 or 3 years, they've kind of been throwing rosters out there. And again, you can attest to this, you can say whatever you want, but I just feel like the Wizards are a year ahead relative to where you.
I don't agree at all.
What year is Brandon Miller in now?
Brandon Miller's going into year 3.
Yeah, so it seems like, because what's the young core of the Hornets? So you got LaMelo Ball, you got Brandon Miller. Those are the 2 guys that
Con
you're
Knippel.
banking on, and then Con Knippel obviously is year 0 going into year 1. But...
I still don't know how to feel about him, but Tajon Salon is a big guy. That was their big project pool that they got from the draft before this last one.
I don't know if that one moves me, but still, in the sense of like Brandon Miller specifically, and obviously LaMelo Ball has been there since 2020, so it's like they are farther along. Now the Washington Wizards, I feel like their depth in the sense of young core is deeper. I feel like they just have more bodies that have potential. But in that sense, that seems like they are closer to their beginning of their rebuild because they have so many bodies, but like they don't have like, okay, this is our guy, and then this is our second guy. Like for the Hornets, they already have that set in stone. Okay, LaMelo's our guy, Brandon Miller's our second guy, Con Knippel's the guy that's coming in, boom.
For me, the Wizards just have a lot of unproven young talent.
But they have a lot more.
Yes, they have a lot more young talent.
Okay.
Put the Wizards at 13, put the Hornets at 12. Valid or invalid? one of the Wizards' young stars will blossom into a clear-cut number one guy in Washington.
Valid.
Because this is what we were just talking about here. We were just talking about how the Charlotte Hornets have the number one guy and they have the number two guy. Washington, they have just a bunch of young guys, and they're just going to play and see how it goes.
Well, God, I'm trying to decide.
I think it's valid. While Bean thinks about it, I think it's valid because it's going to have to. One of them is going to have to pop off for this team to have somebody to rally around. When that
we just haven't seen that yet, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like, as of right now, the answer is no. But
answer's no. But I think it's a valid. It's not an invalid take because it has to happen, and they're just gonna keep drafting and hoping somebody hits for the next 3 to 5 years. Well, Middleton and Smart and all these guys just play.
So if it is valid, then who will it be?
We were high on Bilal Coulibaly.
It is not Bilal Coulibaly.
I don't know.
He played shit in EuroLeague.
Who's going to be then, Bean?
It's no one. It's
that's like
invalid.
saying Ron Holland playing great in summer league. Like who cares if he played like shit in EuroLeague?
Well, he's also injured.
Played great in summer league,
he's also injured.
For now, how long is he going to be out for?
Let's see. Bilal Coulibaly is going to be out for. I think the last I checked was the last. I'm not going to say. I want to see first. Bilal Coulibaly news. He'll miss the start of the season. He went through surgery because he tore a ligament in his thumb.
Okay, well then it's gonna have to be Alex Sarr. That's their next best option.
Yeah, but if we're talking strictly on this year, I just don't think anybody's gonna show and be like the cut number one guy this year, and people are gonna look at it and be like.
So are we coming to a consensus that's invalid?
That's at least my take on it. I don't think they have their guy yet.
I mean, look at these guys. You got Cam Whitmore, Alex Sarr, Trey Johnson, AJ Johnson, Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Corey Kispert, Will Riley, Keyshawn George. Like, there's so many young pieces, and I didn't even name people like Justin Champagne or I'm sure there's more, but there's so many guys, like so many mouths to feed that I don't think any of them will get fed. So I personally think it's invalid. I think the person will be Trey Johnson. I'm just really high on Trey Johnson. But that's not going to be his rookie season.
No. Sorry, I was just reading the Bilal in Eurobasket this year averaged, because I wanted to see. I was actually kind of curious. He averaged 6 points on 40-20 shooting.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at that and say that's bad. That's terrible.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. All right,
I don't think Trey Johnson's going to be the guy that's like their number one guy, solely because in like today's NBA, it's really hard to be a number one guy like solely with your game being like I'm a bucket, because that's what Trey Johnson is. He's a bucket. He's going to be like your good second option. I think they're still waiting for that number one guy, and that number one guy might come in this draft. You've got a lot of good options in this draft.
Oh yeah.
I think Trey Johnson and Alex Sarr are going to be these nice supporting pieces to their number one guy once they get him.
Yes. I can agree with that.
I just don't think anybody on this team is number one guy material. Maybe the only one I can possibly see is I really do have a lot of faith in Alex Sarr. But his game is so focused on his defense, I can't see him being a number one guy.
Again, yeah. Alex Sarr, I mean, we're not going to say that Rudy Gobert is ever going to be a number one guy on a roster. So that's kind of what Alex Sarr is. But yeah, I think I could agree with that. I think it's invalid, and I think it's going to be whoever they can draft in the top 3, hopefully, this next NBA draft.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, that makes that easier. 11
That's what
seed.
I'll say.
The last non-playing team.
Now, the Hornets at 12 is an improvement. And
it was a vast improvement at this point.
Yeah, and I think that's still a good thing. I still think that's a good thing because I'm not putting them over the Raptors. I'm just.
Oh God, no! I don't have them over the Raptors.
Although with how beat up the East is this year, it feels like any of the teams in the 11 through 15 could sneak into a play-in spot.
That's the thing. I think legitimately, 1 through 10 is so up in the air. Not 1 through 10, more like 5 through 10, roughly.
Well, yeah, I think aside from Chicago, I wouldn't be mad at Washington or Charlotte taking that 10 seed.
Well,
maybe it's
first.
Maybe it's 25 and 47, but
Because we'll get to a team that I think has a chance of just not making the playoffs.
Well, who does everyone have at 11?
well,
Who do I have at 11? Well, Owen, did you
I
put?
had
Owen, did you put?
Miami, but
Did you put Wizards Hornets in? I can't see it.
yeah, you should be able to see it. Yeah, I got the Hornets at 12 and the Wizards at 13.
Do you see it, Jack?
See what?
Does it say Hornets at 13, Wizards or whatever it say on his screen?
No, Charlotte's at 12.
I know, but does it show that on your screen?
Yeah, Charlotte 12, Washington 13, Chicago
Okay,
14.
it just doesn't show it on my screen. That's why I was wondering.
15
Yeah, no,
is
that's what it is.
15 is blocked, but
Shouldn't be. I zoomed out.
I see 15 on mine.
no, I don't see 15.
Let's try this. That better?
I think it'll look fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And regardless, if not, we can always just screen record.
Yeah. Is 11 is 11 Toronto? Are we gonna call that good?
11, I do have Toronto at 11. Yep.
Yeah, I think we can comfortably put
I
Toronto.
don't have Toronto at
last,
11.
in that last tier of teams that aren't gonna.
Okay,
make the
well,
play.
hold on. He doesn't have it at. It's not a consensus yet, Owen.
I mean,
I don't
how are
even
you
want to.
willing to go with them? Is the question.
I don't even want to put like the reasons I'm putting this team isn't because I don't think they're good enough. I just truly worry about Philly this next year.
I figured he'd say Philly. I just don't. I don't. It all depends on Joel Embiid.
And that's the problem. That's why I have him.
That is literally it. And I have something here.
And we've been saying that for the last 5 years.
So with Joel Embiid at least like 60% health, they have a win percentage of 68.3%. So in that 243 games with Joel Embiid, well, that doesn't make any sense. 243. Oh, they were on pace for 56 and 26. Now when they don't have Joel Embiid, 37.6% win percentage. So like when we're talking the 76ers, it's such a large margin where they can be the 3rd seed or they can be the 13th seed.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I think
for me, I got to put him in the middle.
Even without Embiid, they still should be good enough to make the play-in.
They weren't last year.
I
They didn't have Joel Embiid though.
Joel Embiid we don't even know when he's coming back.
Right.
There's
But
no
he
timetable
will-
for his return. And now Jared McCain is out again. Paul George, you're hoping can like become what he was 2 years ago at this point because he was terrible last year.
Hold on, Bean. I want to enlighten you real quick.
And they lost Gershon Yabusele.
The 10 seed, the 11 seed in the East won 30 games last year. That was the Toronto Raptors. The 10 seed was the Chicago Bulls who won 39 games. You're telling me that you think even without Embiid that the Sixers can't get to that 39 wins or 38 wins or whatever the number might be to get to the 10 seed?
Well, Owen, where'd they finish last year?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. They,
I mean,
they
if that's
were last.
if you're gonna ask that question,
They were 7 games behind the Raptors who finished at 11, brother. They were 7 games off of finishing right outside the play-in. Like, they weren't that far off.
but the whole point was because they didn't have Joel Embiid, correct? We still
Again,
don't know
but
when he's coming back.
Yes, but
They also didn't have Maxey. That's a big thing to take into account here. They did not have Maxey.
Yeah, I mean, it's so difficult. I mean, this is like one of the biggest arguments for this list, so I feel like we can spend a little bit more time on this. But the last time we saw Joel Embiid at full health, we were pretty much seeing prime Shaq. In those 33 games with Joel Embiid in like 2023-2024 season, they were 26-7 and had the number 1 offense and a number 3 defense. So it's like full health Joel Embiid 76ers is such a dominant force. It's just a matter of if we're going to see that or not. And it's so hard to predict because we don't know.
So are we going to comfortably put them at 11 behind Toronto potentially?
I had the Sixers at 9.
I have the Sixers at 9 as well.
I'm feeling maybe since since Alex is having a little bit of pushback, I would.
Well, I mean, y'all can
personally-
like this. The end of the like this doesn't need to be like because I don't agree that it can't be there. I'm just stating my
It's
reasoning
democracy.
behind them at 11 is because of the fact we don't know when Joel Embiid is coming back, and Paul George is also out at the beginning of the season.
Well, I had Toronto at 11. I had Sixers at 9. So I feel like it would be. I'd feel comfortable putting Toronto at 11 and then Sixers at 10.
That's fine. I'm not against it. I'm just stating my reasoning behind putting the Sixers where I have them.
And here's another reason why I would have the Raptors a little bit lower is because if they're hovering around like 9 or 10, we saw last season that they just pulled their players. I mean, granted, they were actually, to be fair, they were also dealing with a lot of injuries last season. I mean, we saw Jakob Poeltl go down. We saw.
I would say wasn't there a time when the Raptors were pulling G League guys up just to fill out a roster, or is it a different team? Because I remember.
Well, I don't know if they were pulling G League guys, but regardless, we saw.
No, that was the Mavericks.
Dallas, yeah.
Quickly went down. R.J. Barrett missed a bunch of games. Jakob Poeltl missed a bunch of games. Scotty Barnes missed a bunch of games. So that in and of itself, we could put Toronto at 10 because of that. Because like if they are healthy, they are a little bit less of a question mark in the sense of health. Just because like Philadelphia is banking on Embiid. If Embiid's not there, they're going to be worse than Chicago. But if he plays a little bit of games, let's put him at 11-ish. But Toronto, there's not like as big of question marks when it comes to health, even though there is still a bunch of question marks.
Their only question mark is with Brandon Ingram.
Well, again, I mean, we saw a bunch of injuries with like pretty much the entire starting lineup.
Oh no, but I'm saying like a consistent question mark for the Raptors is going to be Brandon Ingram if he can stay healthy.
Which is tough because Brandon Ingram is a great puzzle piece to that type of roster because they need that type of dynamic scoring. Kind of like how the Rockets, but like on a much smaller scale. And now they got Kevin Durant. Et cetera,
he's just Walmart Kevin Durant.
He is Walmart Kevin Durant, all D Kevin Durant. But I think he's still like, I think one of the biggest things that Toronto needs help with is passing too. I mean, I think Scotty Barnes is a phenomenal passer, probably the most underrated. Him and Brandon Ingram both are probably the two most underrated passers in the entire league. So if Brandon Ingram is healthy, which is a smaller question mark than Joel Embiid, let's put Toronto above him.
I mean, if y'all want to, I'm down for either one. I'm down to have Philly at 10 and Toronto at 11 or vice versa.
That feels right, because even if Embiid plays like 40 games, that might be enough to get them, just keep them.
You just have to hope he can play 40 games.
Yeah, but I'm saying, let's say he plays 30 or 40 games and they're super dominant in those, and they go 500 the rest of the way. That probably gets them the 10 seed.
So you keeping Philadelphia at 10 then?
Yeah, I think we should keep Philly at 10.
Okay. Valid or invalid? We will see an all-star come out of Philadelphia this season.
Valid.
Who?
Jared McCain.
Wow!
I like how we skipped over Tyrese Maxey or Joel Embiid.
Didn't he just he just tore his meniscus, and we're saying that it's going to be Jared McCain that's going to be an all-star this season.
Yeah, and now I'm just realizing he hurt himself benching. That was bad.
He didn't hurt himself benching. It just happened to come out after the photo of him benching.
Okay, so the argument here is obviously Joel Embiid if he's healthy. So that's a given. If he's healthy, it's going to be him.
I didn't want to say Tyrese Maxey because that's an easy one. Because we expect him to at some point.
Do we expect him to? Because he wasn't an all-star last season. He was the season prior. But he was not an all-star last season.
In his defense, he didn't play last season, Jack.
But again,
he was out.
Again, health. It's the same thing with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid wasn't an all-star last season. Will we see an all-star from the Philadelphia 76ers next season? This season?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I think it's valid.
Because even in a year where Tyrese Maxey was out, it was only like the second half of the season. Hold on. I don't know if he got any all-star votes. I wish I could look at his. Or I think he missed. Hold on. I want to see when did he go down? Because he played up until March 3rd. Or no. Yeah, March 3rd. And then
Yeah, so he played. Wait, he played like 50 or 60 games then.
He played 52.
Yeah.
I think it was solely off the fact that the 76ers were at that point were like the 12th seed, and obviously you don't really get an All-Star if you're
12 seed.
12 seed. So
Well, the good news is, according to this very podcast, they're going to get the 10 seed, so they don't have to worry about that.
I think, God, that's hard because now that we talk about that,
It's like MVP voting.
no, I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no too. I think it's invalid.
The hard part is it's like MVP voting. It's like if you have a guy who averages 30, 20, and 10, but his team is the 5th seed or the 8th seed, then it's like, who cares?
Only Russell Westbrook can get it, or Jokic.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the hard part about it. It's like you could have a 6 that goes absolutely nuts, and you look up and they're 40 and 42, and they're the 10th seed or 11th.
Yeah,
seed.
because how valuable can you be to a roster if you're not winning games?
Yeah, but
It's one of those things.
that's also like wins are a quarterback stat. It's like you look around, and it's like you have all the talent around you, but then if your quarterback plays good or bad, he gets blamed for the loss, whether his receivers catch passes or not. You know what I mean?
But again, I mean, we're going to see the Milwaukee Bucks potentially be a top 6 seed this season. And who is that because of, you know? So
Giannis and the power of friendship.
Exactly. So if he's good enough to propel this roster, who a lot of people deem is not a sufficient enough roster, he deserves those types of votes, you know. But anyway, we can move to 9. Who do we have at number 9, fellas?
I had Philly, but my 8th seed was Milwaukee, so it was kind of in that window.
Who do you have at 10? There's one missing.
10 was Washington, but we already placed them, so.
Okay. I had Philly. I had Boston at 10.
That's a little bit of an overreaction, is it not?
Why not?
Boston's going to fall off, but I don't think they're going to fall off. I don't think they're going to drop 8 or 9 spots from where they've sat the last 5 years.
They don't
lost
have
Al Horford, lost Drew Holiday, lost Jason Tatum.
Lost Kristaps Porzingis.
They don't even have a center. Can we
They lost their backup center too.
They have
Kata's their best center. Kata and the guy from Minnesota.
Okay, well, the more now that you list those in such an ominous tone, I almost want to put them at 9.
Here's the thing, dude. It's like the starting lineup is going to be Peyton Pritchard at the 1. They're going to have Derek White at the 2, Jaylen Brown at the 3. They're going to have Quetta starting at the 5. Who the hell is starting at 4?
Here you go. Here's their starting lineup. Their projected starting lineup. I have it right here. This is, at least according to ESPN, this is the projected starting lineup in their depth chart. It's Derek White at the 1, Anthony Simons at the 2.
There's no way.
Jaylen Brown at the 3, Sam Hauser at the 4, and then Kata at the 5.
Good God, they might be a 9 seed.
Who? Sam Hauser at the 4?
Yes, that is according. And then their bench unit is going to be Peyton Pritchard at the 1, Baylor Shireman at the 2, Sam Hauser running the 3, Chris Boucher is their backup 4 and 5 because they don't have one. But they also have Xavier Tillman, Luka Garza. Dude, that bench is awful.
Well, if anything, Simons would run the 1 and then Derek White.
Yeah, I think now that I hear that, they're totally a 9 seed, aren't they?
I had them at 10. I had Philly at 9.
Yeah, the more I hear that, the more I'm convinced that they're just going to be a play-in team, just based on.
And they also got their pick back, so there's a good chance that they could even just tank this year.
Exactly, and I actually had the Celtics down at 11 because of that, because I feel like that's kind of the goal, but I don't think Joe Mazzulla would ever agree to that type of sentiment.
So we put Boston.
Joe Mazzulla would rather die than tank.
So we put Boston at 9.
9 or 8, yeah, that makes sense.
They'd have to go to 9.
I think there's 8 teams better than them based on rosters and things.
The only one I don't like is the Heat.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing about the Heat that is like super exciting to me. I love Claire Ware. Tyler Hero's going to be out for a few months, so you're left with Davion Mitchell. Who the hell is even running the 2 at that point? If
Norman Powell.
Okay, Norman Powell at the 2. Yeah, give me Boston at 9.
Jack, short form?
Do I have any short form for this?
I have the short form I had.
Oh, I do have one. I do have one for Boston. Shoot.
Okay.
I'm fucking forgetting. Okay, well, since obviously we have the Boston Celtics at 9 here, valid or invalid, Boston will figure it out and will be a threat in the playoffs.
Invalid, because I just heard you guys list off the losses that they had, and I think that's way too much to overcome in one short season.
Yeah, I mean, you lose Al Horford, you lose Kristaps Porzingis, you lose
no Tatum until early April. That's if he progresses quickly.
Exactly, and obviously you lose Drew Holiday, even though he's kind of regressed completely offensively. Still a big piece that you're losing defensively, so hopefully Derek White can still fill that role. Much needed scoring. They did get much needed scoring, which is kind of probably why they traded for Anthony Simons specifically and got rid of Drew Holiday, because they have Derek White that can do the defensive job for the backcourt. But then you have Anthony Simons that can kind of not do what Jason Tatum did, but kind of fill the void a little bit, at least.
It'll be by committee, as much as I can get at that point.
I think it's invalid too, because again, we're looking at Miami, we're looking at Indiana, Milwaukee. I'm taking those teams. I'm taking all of those teams above Boston right now, especially since they have their first round pick this coming season. They might not even be 9 seed. They might even miss the play-in completely.
The only way I could see it being valid is if they loaded up a bunch of those guys in a trade and shipped them off for a big star. But I don't know how inclined they are to do that with Tatum coming back next year and being back on the books.
I don't know if they would be inclined to do that either. I think they're taking a season. I think they're just going to take a season, and they're going to miss the playoffs completely.
Yeah, and their fans will be like, why the fuck are we so bad? We're the Boston Celtics.
And then they
pride
will make it. Yeah.
History.
Yeah, because they're such a storied franchise that it's like you almost just want to keep them there because of that.
Yeah, on the name brand alone, they should.
Exactly. I was like, when was the last time we saw the Boston Celtics not make the playoffs? I mean, even post KG era, they were still the 7 seed going up against the Knicks in 2013 or whatever. They've been in the playoffs for how long? I forgot that they have Norman Powell.
Yeah.
But again, and then Andrew Wiggins is a great role piece. I think Miami has such a, I don't want to say blue collar, but
it's so aggravating how they can be so mid and yet they always make the play in.
Exactly, they're always going to figure it out, and they have a bunch of pieces on their roster that can just figure it out. I mean, you have
because they have the best coach in the league right now.
They do, but they also have a bunch of above average dudes. I mean, Wiggins can give you 20 any night.
Exactly, they're so mid.
30 any night. And then Davion Mitchell, what we saw in the playoffs and the play-in specifically this past season, it's he can make some great plays down the stretch, especially defensively. And then obviously you still have Bam Adebayo, you still have Khalil Ware. And then these young pieces off the bench like Jovic and Jaime Jaquez and whatnot. They still got a good roster here. And then once Tyler Hero comes back, boom.
Yeah, that feels like 8 because there's no way they're gonna finish on the wrong side of the play-in bubble. They never have since the play-in's been.
I personally have them at 7 because I have the Indiana Pacers at 8, so we can kind of argue about that.
I take the Pacers at 7.
Yeah, I think Miami at 8 feels right.
I just feel like for Indiana specifically, it's they literally, outside of Pascal, they're 2 of their top 3 guys are gone.
Well, yeah, but you and this is, I'm not trying to throw this in your face because I have them higher than you on this list, but you did say you expect Nembhard to be an all-star caliber player.
He got you there, unfortunately.
If we're expecting him to be that good.
All-star. Well,
yes, you did. You did say all-star.
No, that was Drew, and I was the one disagreeing with him. But
oh, was it Drew?
We'll have to check the tape.
Yeah. You can check the tape. I watched the video. I edited the video, and then I rewatched the video on YouTube twice, and I listened to it on Spotify once. I can promise you. But regardless, I still think will make that big leap, whether it's him or Neesmith or and I don't know any of these guys, and then Pascal Siakam being the number one guy. It's just tough. I know it's going to be Pacers Miami. It's just a matter of who is going to be where.
I have a lot of faith in I think the Pacers, while they're losing Halliburton and they lost Miles Turner, they still are like their big thing last year was their depth, and they're still really damn deep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but what else did they do in the offseason that like excites you?
Let's see. I can look at let's see all the Indiana Pacers offseason moves. Because I'm gonna be real, I can't remember who this center was that they picked up off the top of my head.
What, like Isaiah Jackson? They got Huff. They got Huff from the Grizzlies.
So let's see. They ended up getting. So they signed James Wiseman, if that matters to anybody.
Nope.
Who did they get in the draft? That's what I
mean.
remember.
His one ACL. I'm good. They got Huff. They got Jay Huff from the Grizzlies. I know that. But regardless, like, how did the Miami Heat get Norman Powell again? Was that a part of was it a 3-team trade with Bradley Beal? No, Bradley Beal signed. Bradley Beal signed with the Clippers.
It was part of the John Collins trade.
John Collins, yes. John Collins went. Yes, yeah.
But who
John
did
Collins,
Utah get?
Utah got Kevin Love.
I was gonna say, I want to talk about that Utah thing for a second. If you would have told me 5 years ago that Kevin Love would end up on the Jazz, I would have called you nuts.
Yeah, he just looks like a middle-aged man that's wearing a Jazz uniform.
Just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 second-round pick.
That is rough.
That's what the Jazz got.
That is
Yeah, that Jazz is the most random collection.
Bro,
But
the
anyway,
Jazz? That's crazy.
I like the Miami Heat, I think. I like the Miami Heat more.
Over who? The Pacers?
Over the
Pacers.
Pacers.
The Pacers
Okay,
are a deeper team.
the only thing I want to pull up is like, because I'm gonna fight for the Pacers here.
That's fine. Like I'm open to putting the Pacers there. I just like
I'm gonna go like 1v1. Okay, and this is not the best way to ever compare two teams, but it's like the only way I could think of for this situation is you got Andrew Nembhard versus Davion Mitchell. Who we taking?
Nembhard.
Norman Powell versus what? Benedict Mathurin.
Powell.
Yeah, that's valid.
All day.
Aaron Wiggins or Aaron Nesmith.
Wiggins.
Pascal Siakam or who is there? No, I think Bam's starting. I think Bam's there for now.
Pascal or Bam? I'm going Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
And then the Khalil Ware and Jay Huff is pretty obvious.
So 3-2 Miami.
But then I think it's when it
sense.
matters is when it gets into the bench.
Okay.
He really don't have a bench, like legitimate. Like
I gotta look at their bench. Hold on, because I don't have.
The Heat can run 8 guys, but it's not going to be a productive 8-man rotation.
I just don't know if I agree.
You know what I mean? Like it.
Okay.
It's kind of one of those where that's great. We have other guys who can come off the bench.
Kasparas, Yakushonis, or T.J. McConnell.
T.J. McConnell.
Terry Rozier or Ben Shepherd.
Terry
Shepherd.
Oh, it is not Terry anymore. Not Terry anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, it's Ben Shepherd.
Yep. So 4-3.
Jaime Jaquez and actually I don't. Jaime Jaquez or Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin's their power forward. There's no way he's running 3.
This is just well. I mean, they also have Bam running the backup 4 for the Heat, so like I just have to throw him in somewhere.
Yeah. So, okay. Then who else would be a small forward on the Pacers then? Because Obi Toppin's not running the 3.
Because like I'm just trying to go based off of the depth chart here, and they have it so that Bam is running like every bench big position because they don't have one.
Yeah,
so
that tells me that
okay. Well, who else is there for the Pacers?
It's Johnny. It's either Johnny Furphy or Benedict Mathurin playing the backup 3.
I'm taking.
But Johnny
Jaquez
Furphy is injured.
I'm taking Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah, I would take Jaime in that argument. And then it's Obi Toppin versus who's their third string?
Jovic. Versus Jovic.
Yeah, who are you taking in that?
I'm taking Obi Toppin.
I'm taking Obi Toppin.
And their backup centers, it's Isaiah Jackson versus
no one. I'm taking probably no one on that one.
That's crazy. I think we could put.
So what you're saying is they are very close, and they'll probably have the same record. Just a matter of who wins the
Yep, I think it's going to be literally pulling hairs.
You know what? If this is actually the case, where it's regardless of if Indiana or Miami is 7 or 8, whatever it ends up being, if this is the 7-8 matchup, I am so excited for that.
I think this is what it will be.
I agree. I think we're getting it perfect, regardless if it's flipped or not.
I'm just so
those are the 4
anti-Heat.
teams.
I'm anti-Heat, and I can't help it. But like when you look at it on paper, they're still
Think of it this way:
evenly matched with the Pacers.
We just did that without Tyler Hero. Just think about when he comes back.
Okay, we just did that without Tyrese Halliburton.
He's not going to come back.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
That's the only issue here.
Oh, I wish he was.
I know. Trust me, and I would put Indiana much higher. Okay, like I'm all on board. I love the Pacers. Okay,
dude. What bothers me is that they just, man, I wish they would have gotten something to replace Miles Turner that wasn't Jay Huff. Nothing against Jay Huff. It's just
I like Jay Huff actually, but he would be a great backup.
We'll see what happens.
Miles Turner see, that's another thing. It's like when Miles Turner left, I feel like, there's a lot of continuity still with Indiana, but him leaving, the one guy that's been there for like 10 plus years, it's like, damn, what is our...
No,
obviously we still have an identity, but like...
Can we talk about what Miles Turner said on Media Day?
What did he say?
He said, let me pull the quote up because it was insane. It was possibly the most asinine comment that could have been made on Media Day. But he basically said something along the lines of, it's nice to be playing for a team and a city that cares about me.
That's okay.
You know what? That is what Wisconsin is all about, brothers. We said the same thing, or Michael Parsons said the same exact thing, like in almost verbatim as well.
But
It's just the Wisconsin nature. It's just they just freaking love.
No, that's asinine because the city of Indiana has the fever. And have you seen the way the Pacers rally around them? Have you seen the way the city rallies around them?
You see the way the city rally around the Pacers. You see that with every city. That's not really anything different. We see that in San Francisco, especially since the Valkyries are a brand new franchise. Literally, like a majority of the Warriors roster just goes to like all of their games.
Yeah, so I think that's an asinine comment. He's just saying that because he's like, it's easy for him to say sitting hundreds of miles away where there's no consequences.
The only thing is,
maybe,
and I don't know how many teams have this, but the Pacers fan section had an actual section in the fan section called Turner's Block. They had a section of their fan section.
Whose choice was it to name it that though?
That was a Pacers fan, like the Pacers. What's it called? Like management, they were all like, this is Turner's Block, and it was within like their actual field house. Like it was, they had a specific section was dedicated to this is the Turner's Block.
And get ready to learn James Wiseman block now, ladies and gentlemen.
I just think it's crazy for him to say that he's now happy to be playing for a team that cares about him when the Pacers had him for 10 years and. He just wanted more money.
Yeah.
Well, he deserves the more money. Especially for a guy that's been there for so long.
Well,
that's what the second apron does to you, man.
He doesn't deserve $30 million if we're being real.
Fellas, speaking of Wisconsin love, I feel like that's a great segue into putting Milwaukee at 6, and we shouldn't argue about it because
that's where I have them.
Yeah, no argument there.
All right, well that was easy.
Corbin, do you want to?
I don't really have much to say on that. Yeah.
I'm saying, do you want to do your?
Oh yeah, I could do it.
Okay.
Let me pull up a good one.
Let's fucking go! I'm so excited for this.
Do you need to screen share, or are you just gonna?
No, because you don't need to see what I'm looking at.
No, just keep your screen share up.
Let's see. All right.
The dance with the back again. I'm gonna dance with the dance with the dance.
Are we ready?
I'm ready. Ready, Feedy.
Actually, let me go back one more year. And we'll do. All right. So I'm gonna see if. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try it again. I'm trying to think of the best way to intro this.
Lock in, brother.
There you go. You don't have to explain yourself.
So I'm gonna see if you two can guess the top 10 players in MVP voting
Oh God.
for the 2022-2023 season.
That's gonna be greasy.
Okay. Yep. All right, so I'm going to see if you two can guess the top 10 players in MVP voting for the 2022-2023 NBA season. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Who you got?
Okay. MVP voting.
2022-2023.
Jalen Brunson had to be on that list, right? Or is that am I a year too early on that?
Jalen Brunson is 12th, so not top 10.
Shit.
Okay, well, Joel Embiid won it, so let's go Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid is number 1.
Okay.
Are we putting Greek Freak on there?
Yeah.
Giannis is number 3.
Bang.
We'll go Nikola Jokic.
Yeah,
That is
that
number
works.
2, so you have the top 3 for MVP voting.
Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry is number 9.
Oh wow.
Okay.
AD wouldn't be on there. AD didn't play enough games, nor would he.
AD did not make the list, no.
Yeah, AD didn't make the list.
You're missing 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and that's it.
Is Hallie there at 10? Did he sneak on that list, or am I?
He's not that good at that point.
No.
Okay, so again, I'm a year early on that one.
No,
too.
I mean we're thinking.
And you're missing 10.
Okay, if we're saying Steph Curry, I mean this is a season after that, so I'm gonna go Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum is number 4.
Okay.
No, it's not Trey. I want to say Trey, but it's just not Trey. Is he on the list?
No,
Trey
you can
Young.
say Luca.
Could say Luca.
Luka is number 8.
Trey Young wasn't on the list, correct?
Trae Young was not on the list.
Paolo? Please tell me Paolo's at 10.
Paolo was not even in the league yet.
He's
No,
only in
he
his
was a
third-
rookie.
Oh, no, this was
He
his rookie
rookie.
year. This was his rookie
Yeah,
year.
okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, he's been in the league for 4 years now.
Well, I'm just thinking. Okay, 2023 season. 2023 season is going to be well.
Do we
Nuggets
need any
won it.
hints?
No hits.
No, Jimmy?
Nuggets won. Yeah, I was gonna say Nuggets won it. I mean, Jimmy. No, because they were the 8 seed, so it's like.
What'd you say, Owen?
I said Jimmy with a
Jimmy
question.
Butler is number 10.
Oh my God.
Okay.
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 That
There we
helps.
go. John Morant.
John Morant did not make the list.
He
He
didn't
was
play.
he was tied for 12 with Jalen Brunson with 1 vote.
No, that was a couple years before he got.
That's still pretty good.
Being an idiot.
Did we say Shea?
Who's
Shea is number 5.
Okay.
What do we have left? 6, 7, and 8.
You have, let me see, 6,
6, 7.
7.
That's it.
You have 6 and 7 left.
Oh shit. Okay, so who's 5 and who's 8? Because we need a range again.
So at number 5, y'all have Shea, and at number 8 was Luka.
That's our range. Oh God.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah. Well.
KD? No.
I was
KD?
thinking-
No, KD is not on the list.
Okay.
I will
Being-
say one of them is going
LeBron
to
wouldn't be on it.
LeBron is not on it.
Okay. Do we have any X's? I think we would definitely be gone at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all do. I mean, yeah, y'all had plenty of X.
Well, I mean, because the thing is like I was thinking a guy that got traded I think it was that season. So like I don't really feel like he would have done really well.
Bean, we may need hints.
Did he get traded? Okay, did he get traded that season?
No.
Really? Oh, yeah, because I was thinking like Donovan Mitchell.
Or what, are you talking about like halfway through the season, or was this his first season on a new team?
I don't remember. I don't remember when he got traded, but I know it was like around that time. So
Because yes, this was actually, I think, both of these guys' first season on a new on their new teams.
Oh, that's a great. So it is
First
Donovan
full
Mitchell.
season. One of the players, it was his first full season on the new team, and the other player, it was also his first season entirely with this team.
So it is Donovan Mitchell then.
Donovan Mitchell, yes, is number 6.
Okay.
Number 7, this guy got traded to the team the year before, but it was at the deadline, this was his first full year.
I was gonna say Book until you said he got traded.
At the deadline, East or West?
Western Conference.
So the team that he got traded to was the Western Conference.
Yes, he was from the Eastern Conference. He got traded to the West. It was a very light trade.
Oh, Eastern Conference traded to the West. So we're trying. What they were a 3 seed this season. Domantas Sabonis.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Light the beam.
Wow.
Light
Yeah, because
the
I was thinking,
beam.
because that was the season where the Warriors beat them in the first round, and they were the 3 seed that season.
And it was never the same after that.
Oh yeah, and then he got traded. He got traded for like Tyrese Halliburton and whatnot. I think there was more to that trade, but that was like the main like.
Yep, that was
plot,
it.
pretty much. Well, hey, we got it. There we go.
All right, back to the list, boys. We got 5 spots left.
You just want to do the one, or do you want to do more?
Well, I mean, because are we gonna do a couple more after we do one?
That's up to Alex. He's the one who's doing it.
What do you mean? What was the question?
Don't you have a little bit more?
I can do more if y'all want.
Let's do one more.
All right, let me find a good year and a good. This will be fun. Let me get a different year though.
1995. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna go back that far. Oh, this will be fun. Okay. What year am I doing? I forgot. 2023, 2024. All right. So I'm going to see if you two can guess the top 10 players in most improved player voting from the 2023-2024 season.
Oh God, most improved.
Most improved player voting. Top 10.
Considering I said Paolo for the MVP the year before, can I say Paolo because it was year 2?
No. He did not make. He is not on the list.
God damn it!
I also think he was out a good chunk of this year, but I could be wrong.
God.
It's not either.
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero is not on the list.
Oh God, this is way harder than the MVP one.
God.
I can throw y'all a softball if y'all like.
That'd be great.
A little hint. One of these players really broke out onto the scene in the Eastern Conference this year.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton is number 9.
Okay.
And there's actually three of these players on this list could work for that right there.
This is kind of difficult.
Do y'all remember who won?
No. I couldn't tell you who won most improved this season.
We have talked about them. They've been referenced on our standings list already. And they were a guard. Or they still are a guard.
Tyrese Maxey?
Yes, Tyrese Maxey was the man who won this year at number 1.
Oh
Okay.
God.
And now there's one more guy who is a point guard in the Eastern Conference who really broke out in the last couple years.
My head says Andrew Nemhart, but that's just not correct.
No.
That's just wrong.
I'm saying this guy went from being a backup point guard, then he got traded to the East and is now an all-star, all-NBA point guard.
Jalen Brunson.
Yes. Jalen Brunson.
Yes, me and Jack are locked in. Let's go.
Okay, so those are the three that
I
I'm
said
going to
first.
give you to kind of give y'all a boost in this.
Did Darius Garland? Is this a Darius Garland list?
Darius Garland is not on the list.
Okay.
There's another Eastern Conference guard. Like 5 of these guys are Eastern Conference guards. 6 of them are Eastern Conference guards.
Dyson didn't receive votes because he probably wasn't around.
He was also in New Orleans at the time of this.
Can I go
Yeah.
Derek White?
Derek White is not on the list,
What the hell?
but his brother is. Not real brother, but they share the same last name.
We might be cooked, Jack.
No.
They share the same last
Same
name.
fucking last name. Eastgard?
Eastgard, yes. And like I don't know about like whenever you're as a kid, whenever you shoot something, what do you say?
Kobe.
Kobe White. There it is.
There you
God.
go. Kobe White came in
God
second
damn it.
on this list.
Oh, God.
I was gonna go Chicago Bulls.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm at this
Our
point,
reputation is being tanked at the moment. We might need to cut this.
I'm gonna give you vague hints for each of
Dude,
these guys.
Yeah, I don't know if we can use this because we just got.
I know. Like I feel like our reputation is fucked.
The Kobe White one was bad.
I'm like, Kobe. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
we'll
then
do a different one. We'll do a different one. Because getting the top 10 to most improved is not gonna be like easy.
Yeah, that was our reputation would be killed if we kept that.
It's also 10 o'clock bean time, so.
Then we'll just move on. Let's just move on.
Okay, do you have any others that'd be easier or no?
I mean, we could do MVP voting again, but it's gonna
Yeah,
be like the same.
we already did that.
So-
I think we let's sit on that and then we'll go from there.
You guys are not gonna like my number 5.
Who's your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be the Atlanta Hawks.
That's my number 5.
Hello.
Okay.
I've got the Magic at 5, brother.
Okay, tell me why tell me why the Hawks are better than the Magic.
Are you serious?
Clearly, I'm serious because we both have the Hawks at number 5.
Why do you guys have the Hawks at 5 before I tell you why?
No. I already asked you the question. Tell me why.
Think about the upgrades they made, Jack. They got better literally everywhere.
So did the Magic. They have one major glaring weakness, and they
and they got one guy to go address it. The
no,
Hawks
they
had
have
a-
Well,
Tyus Jones, who for the last 2 seasons has averaged over 40% from 3. Jace
Yeah,
Richardson,
he's
great 3-point
not-
shooter. Obviously, Desmond Bane is top 5 3-point shooter in the world as we speak. 3 guys right there.
Tyus,
They're
they
one
brought-
glaring weakness.
Jack, they did not bring Tyus Jones in to chuck shots for them. Please be serious.
No,
Please be so serious.
they brought Tyus Jones in mostly to facilitate the offense while Jalen Suggs is injured for half the season. Okay, like that's case.
Yeah, that just disproves your argument. You said 3 guys to solve their one glaring problem, which was 3-point shooting.
And
Did
he's
not bring
still
Tyus
going
Jones
to
in to
have the
solve that
ball
problem.
in his hands, right? The guy that's bringing up the ball may or may not have the ball in his hands from the 3-point area.
I will go ahead and say that the 3-point shooting problem for the Magic has not been solved.
No, it's not perfect, but
They got one guy. They got one guy realistically who's gonna.
And that's
They have 2
exactly
guys.
why they fit at 5.
But
Because
now here's my issue with the Hawks. I mean, you can say the same for the Magic, so I guess it's splitting hairs at this point. But I'm looking at the fact that a lot of the players are having their injury history. I mean, your starting center never plays basketball. Jalen Johnson has been having issues with his injuries. And you're just going to get a repeat again. Like, I have a lot of faith in this team. If they're healthy, they are going to be serious contenders. But I have to put the caveat in there that Kristaps is notorious for not playing basketball because he can't stay healthy.
I know Desmond Bane is one guy, but we have to think about like the major differences between the Grizzlies and the Orlando Magic. Last season, they were 27th in the NBA offensively. Like their offensive grade, the amount of points that they scored per game, 27th in the league. They had one of the slowest. I think they had the 30th ranked pace in the entire league. Okay. The offside of that, the Memphis Grizzlies. They had the second best offense in the league, at least points per game wise, and they had the number one pace in the league. So one of their glaring issues, again, offensively, is their pace as well. So when you get someone like Desmond Bane who will push the pace, because that's literally what he's been doing for his entire career, because that's the team that he's been on, he's going to be more used to that. So which will indirectly, one, get the pace moving for them, obviously get the three-point shooting moving for them, just getting the flow of the offense quicker, that will greatly benefit them. And then they were like a top 5 defense in the league last season. I mean, this is just a phenomenal defensive team. I believe they were top 5. I could fact check that.
They were top 5 when they were healthy.
Hell, they might have been top 3 even. Like this is, I mean, I could potentially fact check that. But regardless, let's just say top 5, whether it's top 3, top 7, regardless, it was a very phenomenal defensive team. And that's literally the reason why they were the 7th seed last season. Then you have the offense, and then you have the pace. This team also significantly improved, and which was already better than the Atlanta Hawks last season. So basically, if let's say they both improved equally, who is the better team? It's going to be the Magic, obviously, because if we're looking at what they did last season, the Orlando Magic were the better team last season, and that is already, they were the 7th seed already, even though Paolo and Franz Wagner both tore their obliques and missed like a third of the season. So imagine them healthy. And then having more depth with Tyus Jones. And obviously getting Desmond Bane. And getting Jace Richardson. And then still having like Tristan Da Silva. They still have Jet Howard. These are young guys that can still have room for growth as well.
I think they've given up on the Jet Howard train.
Well, Jack, still, I don't know. Regardless.
Jack, I will pitch you this. I'll pitch you this, and then I will rest my case. In a 7-game series, both fully healthy, fully functional, who are you taking that series?
I think this is a very interchangeable 5-4, which is the 5-4, so it's very interchangeable at this point.
Okay, so we're agreeing that Atlanta and Orlando are in this group in just a given order.
Because realistically, I mean, if you want to bring up like all the pluses in Atlanta's game, there is a lot. There's a lot to say in terms of like the pluses you can give for Atlanta. Their depth is one of the best in the entire league this year, and it is.
They're going to need it.
Pretty far, yeah. They're going to need it 100%. I'm not going to say that they don't need it, but like. I don't know. There's a lot of things about the Hawks you could use to say that they could be 4. I mean, again, I had them at 5, but like the more I sit here and look at it, like it's not. I mean, it's splitting hairs. You're gonna split hairs.
So should we go Orlando at 5, Atlanta at 4, call it good, or the other way around?
I have Orlando at 3, so let's put Orlando at 4.
Okay, so Atlanta at 5, Orlando at 4.
Because I had Orlando at 4.
Yeah, so that feels right.
So I think the top 3 are going to be consensus. But before we get to that point, valid or invalid, the Atlanta Hawks will make the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2021.
I want to say valid, but man, that gets rid of my prediction for who's going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm gonna say
to do so. I mean,
I'm gonna say invalid because there's something to be said about you can bring as many talented guys as you want together, but if they don't work well together, it's not gonna matter. And I don't think it's gonna like mesh immediately. They might go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I want them to. I feel like it'd be really entertaining to watch Trae Young potentially in the Garden against the Knicks if it gets that far. See, exactly. Jack just got a boner hearing that. So. It's one of those.
Think about it, brother.
It's one of those where it's like, I think they can put it together. I just don't know if they will. Like, they're talented guys, but you saw it with the Wolves once we traded Randall. It took 20 to 30 games, and there was talks about Julius Randle not being here. that fast because he didn't mesh immediately. When you have to understand, it takes time to figure out who you're playing with, how you play with those guys. So, I I think it's invalid. But at least not this year.
God, I want to say it's valid. I want to say it's valid, but I can't. I can't say it's valid. It has to be. It is invalid.
I agree. I can agree with that.
I want it to be valid, but I can't put it. It spits in the face of what I have in my mind for this season.
It goes against everything Bean believes in ever.
I got one more. With the addition of Desmond Bain and their other offseason acquisitions, the Orlando Magic will become a top 15 offense in the NBA. And keep in mind, they were 27th last year, and the Grizzlies were second.
Well, I'm going to say valid on the basis that I gave the bold take that they'd be a top 5 3-point shooting team.
That's a good point.
You know what? Stand on business, Owen. Stand on business.
I'm going to say valid. I'm going to say valid on the basis of, like I said, Jack, you do say they didn't bring Tyus Jones in to facilitate the ball, but he'll chuck it a little bit. I didn't forget about that because he'll shoot enough to pump those numbers up, so I don't think it's that unrealistic. I'm going to say valid.
And you also got to think, like, if Paolo is healthy, if Franz Wagner is healthy, hopefully Franz did something with his shot over the offseason. We'll see about that. But
I'm going to say valid.
If these guys are healthy, it's definitely a top 15.
100%.
They just have one position they got to fix. They just have one position.
Yeah.
Get rid of Wendell Carter. The dude is garbage.
Yeah, Wagner was your...
He did say he'd win in a 1v1 with Angel Reese against Bam in Asia. We have to
Wendell Carter can't even beat Asia Wilson one-on-one, so how am I expecting him to beat him and Angel Reese to beat Bam and Asia?
Oh my God.
You
just clocked him for no reason, dude.
Dude, Wendell Carter, and this is coming from a Duke fan. Wendell Carter, like, obviously, I have a spot for him, but he sucks. He's a terrible center in the NBA. He is just bad.
Wendell Carter gave me Asia Wilson is crazy, bro.
But for the Magic,
I mean, okay, let's be honest. A role player in the NBA against the MVP of the WNBA. Give me Asia Wilson.
That game needs to be set up immediately.
For the Magic's case, I'm just saying I disagree with that. But for the case for the Magic, it's tough because it's like Mo Wagner was your fourth leading scorer last season. I mean, obviously this is coming from obviously they weren't healthy, but when that's the case objectively, it's kind of hard for me to put them a top 15 offense. So, devil's advocate, actually, I'm going to say invalid, just to be different.
Also, I do want to say one thing. Forget the All-Star game. You know all these hypothetical 1v1s like Boogie versus Brittany Griner? We need to just do those.
It'll never happen.
Just set up all these hypothetical 1v1s and let them go.
It'll never happen.
It won't, Bean, but it will boost ratings because the Twitter heads and the hoop heads on Twitter would love that.
I think that's just a feminism thing, though. Like, if that actually happened, that would not.
It won't go well either way. Like, either way, win or lose, it's a bad look.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But again, it would be infinitely more entertaining just on paper than the current version of the All-Star.
Oh, I agree. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Dude, it would be so much fun, but
you know what, Owen, throw it in 2K, and we'll leave it at that.
You can do that now.
We're running 2K Sims on the channel, boys.
Yep. All right, third overall in the Eastern Conference. Who are we going with?
The Detroit Pistons.
New York Knicks.
Oh shit.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh no.
I don't see that.
That's not the Cavaliers. Wait, so do you actually have the New York Knicks at number 3?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I've got the Knicks at 4. I've got Detroit ahead of them, so.
Okay. Wow. You guys really hated on my pick of putting Detroit at number 2, and now everything is coming full circle.
I didn't hate on your pick.
I don't know. I got bombarded when that happened.
No one gets injured, and because it's the NBA and every other player that people want to go watch is going down, where they move up to the 2 seed.
We can run the tape back if
I may have overreacted on it, but realistically, no. I don't remember hating on it, but there's a good chance.
I know for a fact Owen and Drew specifically hit it on. I can't remember if you did or not. No,
I can't remember either.
I'm not mad at it. I had Atlanta ahead of them at 2 before we placed Atlanta at 5. So it's.
But like realistically, I think I even had Detroit at like 3 this morning, and then I changed it like 2 hours ago.
Okay,
I
why
said,
did you
you know
change
what?
it? Why did you change it?
I think New York is just on paper literally better than Detroit. Detroit's going to make a leap, and I think they're going to get a bump from a weak East. That's kind of where I'm at. I think Detroit sitting right there at 3 makes just more sense in my head because I don't think New York is going to finish worse than the team that's average age is like 24.
Jack,
Bean, why did you put Detroit over New York?
I'm gonna make you happy. Okay. I'm buying in on Jaden Ivey.
Okay.
That makes me happy, bro.
I'm buying in on Jaden Ivey.
Okay.
That makes me happy.
Shut up,
I gave his MIP. I gave the MIP spiel for him last year before he broke his leg.
That's true. That's a good point. He did do that.
That makes me happy.
I just knew
And
Jack
we
was
have to pay
vouching
for
for
it,
him hard.
Well, that was also Drew. I
You were
was the
vouching
one-
for him.
I was, but I was specifically vouching for Ron Holland.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm not saying Ron Holland's better than Jaden Ivey. I'm just saying, like, as far as a leap goes.
I just looked at I looked at what Jaden Ivey did before he went down. And damn it, it was good. It was good.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He's a legitimate. I think he's a legitimate 2-guard for a kid.
Can we just
I
throw,
still
can we
don't
throw
like their
Cleveland at
fit
one
together.
quick? Can we throw Cleveland at 1 and then just argue
Yeah,
to
let's
it?
get that one away.
It's
That's pretty
Cleveland's
easy.
number 1. They were last year. They will this year. It's unless something drastic happens.
Yeah, they would have to lose.
Donovan
Spida
Mitchell's just that
and-
guy.
They would have to
Donovan
lose
Mitchell's that guy that
Spida
literally
and
thinks-
DeAndre Hunter for that to like move me.
I mean, on top of that, I mean, they got the best coach, one of the best coaches in the league. Evan Mobley could easily be an MVP candidate this season. So,
Bro, he shot 40% from 3 on 5 attempts.
what did he injure? Because he was out for the entire season.
Who, Jaden? He
Yeah.
broke his leg, didn't he?
Yeah, he literally broke his leg.
So it's not like a joint or anything like that. So it's not.
No, that's just it's a pretty. It happens, you know.
And he's in his early 20s, so he will be just fine.
Okay, so the argument for the New York Knicks is, well, they added much needed depth, which
Beautiful
they
depth,
obviously
too.
didn't tap into, but that's obviously going to be completely different this season because this team is extremely different. I mean, they have Jordan Clarkson, they have Gershon Yabusele. I'm sure they added a sprinkle in a couple more players, but Mike Brown is someone who, one, obviously loves to tap into different types of lineups. He's one of those coaches that likes to experiment, you know, and he's also a defensive-minded coach. And that is so important for this type of roster simply because your top 2 guys are straight up, like, what's the term I'm looking for here? Their defense is awful. Like,
They're cones.
they're Coens, but there's a term that I was trying to think of. Fuck.
Liabilities?
Yeah, they're a liability on defense.
Okay.
Cat, Jalen Brunson, liability on defense. So with that said, valid or invalid, Mike Brown will transform the Knicks' defense and make the Brunson and Cat duo, with their lack of versatility, make their... Jesus. Valid or invalid, the Mike Brown... Jesus. Let me try. I'm gonna fucking get this, dude. I'm gonna fucking get this.
You got this. You got this.
I can tell that Owen's judging me. Valid or invalid, Mike Brown will transform the New York's defense with Jesus. Valid or invalid? See, now I'm just under pressure because I keep on fucking failing. Valid or invalid, Mike Brown will transform the Knicks defense and make the Cat Jalen Brunson duo work.
I'm gonna say invalid on the basis that he just got out of the Sacramento job where all they tried to do every night was score 140 points and didn't prioritize defense. So I get it.
Defense, though.
Well, I get it. Coaches can change styles, but until I see him play that out through 30 games and implement that, and they look good in that system, I'm gonna say invalid. I need to see tape.
50-50 is what I want to say on this.
Hmm.
I don't have faith in what he can do for their defense. Because Mike Brown's just never been a defensive coach, like, and legitimately never been a guy who's like known for. They just had Tibbs, who is like a known defensive
I don't
coach.
know if I agree with that.
He's not. No, he's always been a fast-paced offensive coach.
I mean, he's been coaching the Sacramento Kings. They're gonna be
And before that, he was on the Warriors.
Fast-paced team. Yeah, I mean Clay, Steph, Draymond, very fast-paced. I mean, he's kind of a offensive coach by nature in the sense of like
Before that, he was with Cleveland.
What he has had around him. So, yeah, I guess with the Warriors specifically, I mean, he really didn't have a choice. He didn't. That's not a team that you want to slow down.
No, and again, I'm not saying he's a bad defensive coach, but
And also, the Warriors were a phenomenal defensive team.
Yes, but that's also they had Draymond, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala, Harrison Barnes. Even
they needed to develop those guys. I mean, it's really hard to say how, especially when Mike Brown was an assistant coach. Like, how much influence did he have on that Warriors roster? I mean,
we'll
that's
never
just
know.
something we don't know. You know,
the only thing that we have to like look at is his time in Cleveland and his time in Sacramento and even his time in LA. But those were bad years, so I'm not going to put that on him. The team sucked. So and it's just those
great defensive coach. I don't know.
We don't know. But what I'm thinking is if he can make De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis look as good as they did, I have no problem with Jalen Brunson and Cat. I think he can do it. It's a very similar method, but not in the sense of like Jalen Brunson and De'Aaron Fox are obviously two very different players. But I think those two together are going to look amazing. I mean, they looked good with Tibbs.
But again, all I said was he's going to make it work, you know. Like, so that's why I'm going valid, because like I'm not expecting him to turn them into some sort of juggernaut defensively, but like just having them work where it's like throughout the playoffs and the regular season too. I mean, like there was points at the end of games where they couldn't play both of them because they were both such a liability defensively. They couldn't be on the same court together, even though they're the best two players on the team. So it's like, can he get them to a point where they can, bare minimum, just be on the same court when it's a tie game with 2 minutes left?
And Jack, do you think that's enough to put them under Detroit and have Detroit at 2?
I mean, they did it last year. I mean, not necessarily. So
I know, but the year before that, Detroit was one of the worst teams ever.
I still think Detroit 3 and New York 2 feels right.
I love JB Bickerstaff. I think I'm going to put... Okay, obviously, last episode I was like, yes, Detroit, number 2, that's my hot take. Going into this episode, I had New York number 2 just because I wanted to be a little bit less biased in the sense of just my hot takes, my bold predictions. But now I'm thinking like JB Bickerstaff, he's going into year 3. There's a culture
Jaden Ivey will be healthy.
Jaden Ivey's going to be healthy. They
didn't really lose much.
Did they lose anything really?
They lost Malik Beasley and Dennis Schroeder, but they replaced those two with Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert, and they're also getting a healthy Jaden Ivey back.
And with the development of more young pieces, of course, JB Bickerstaff going into year 3. I love their culture. And I think they're very gritty. Like, I'm not saying like 80s level gritty, but
there's also a world where they could just drop to 5.
It's true. I mean, this 1 through 6 is extremely interchangeable.
Give me Detroit.
Give me Detroit. Give me Detroit at 2. I mean, let's just throw something out there. Let's be bold with this.
So is this what we like, gentlemen?
Cleveland, Detroit, New York, Orlando. So that makes Cleveland versus, and in a perfect world, Cleveland versus Miami rematch. Detroit versus Indiana, which
banger,
is pretty fun. New York versus Milwaukee, which is always a banger.
Banger.
And then Atlanta versus Orlando.
And Orlando with home court would be huge, because if that goes to a Game 7, you get a bunch of drunk Florida people into an arena. Fuck yeah.
You said if oh, I thought you said Atlanta. My bad.
No, that one goes to a Game 7. I'm taking the crazy Florida men in the arena.
But here's where it's gonna get crazy. Tatum comes back by the play-in.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Embiid comes back by the play-in.
Then you could theoretically have Cleveland, Boston.
Then you're gonna have Detroit versus Boston and Cleveland versus Philly.
Holy shit.
Sorry, Detroit. If Jason Tatum is back and healthy, you're getting.
No, they both wouldn't make it because they would have to go up against each other to face 7 and 8. But regardless,
Yeah, no, it would be Boston make it most. No, actually, in all honesty, if
well,
both
if
of them
Embiid's
come back,
back and he's
if
healthy,
both of them are to come back and be healthy, I'm taking Philly.
Yeah.
I'm taking Philly. They're a complete.
Yeah, I mean,
roster.
at this point, exactly. Like this is exactly because if this was Boston last year and then everyone's fully healthy, sure, but
So then Cleveland's going to play Philly in the first round and lose.
Potentially.
And Philly's going to lose.
Philly's going to get their asses whooped because Embiid will go down with a knee injury or a face injury or a leg injury.
I am the most unstoppable player in the league.
I'm the most unstoppable player in the league. That is our list. I just want to sit with that. Is there anything we would change? I mean, obviously we're kind of running on an hour and 45 here.
Charlotte to 1. Charlotte is going to be the 1 seed.
If the Hornets finish higher than 9, I'll get LaMelo Ball's name tatted somewhere on my body.
Like, higher than what? Higher than what?
Higher than
How
9.
tall is LaMelo Ball, Owen?
6'7". I think the only thing that I might change is like Philadelphia and Toronto, because again, if Embiid isn't there anymore, Philadelphia is probably worse than Charlotte, and we would have Toronto 10, Charlotte 11.
That's what it all comes down to: is where is he going to be?
It's so tough, dude. That's what I'm saying. The East is harder.
All I'm gonna say is if the Hornets make the play-in, I would like a formal apology from Jack, specifically, for not believing in the Hornets.
Didn't you just say if they're any higher than 9, I'll get a LaMelo Ball tattoo?
Yeah, I said 10. That's why I said 10, brother.
I don't hate them. I mean, if Embiid is going to be out for, let's say, the entire season, I have them at 11. Like, it's not like I'm not like hating on them. Like, they're right below. I don't understand that. And they could potentially be better than Toronto. I just think Toronto is they just have just on paper they have a better roster. I don't know. Like, I don't see.
It's hard to put the Hornets any higher because our problems with Philly is the same problem with Charlotte. So
exactly. I mean, Toronto's been dealing with injury too, but
none of them are as bad as Joel Embiid and LaMelo Ball.
It's like a more balanced version because like all of them got injured, but they didn't miss like all season. Like the entire starting five missed like 20 games.
Like if LaMelo Ball is out, the Hornets are cooked. That's really how it goes. That's how it crumbles at this point.
Yeah, and that's why you could potentially say that's a good point because if he is out, well, one, they're probably going to be looking to trade him.
It's going to be really hard to trade a guy who doesn't play.
I mean, looking to trade him, like looking to get off of him. I mean, LaMelo has a market. I guarantee you that he has a market.
I just don't think you're going to get back enough to be like, oh, you know what? We'll trade LaMelo. Who's going to want him?
That's a great question.
Timberwolf. Anyways.
But
what is the offer? Are we getting Rob Dillingham?
Probably TSGA.
You're not getting rid of TSJ. I mean, literally, AR was saying that he was the future of the Timberwolves. So I don't think Terrence Shannon's not going anywhere, regardless.
Was it Rob Dillingham and like Julius Randle for LaMelo Ball?
Could you imagine Julius Randle? Could you imagine Julius Randle playing in the Charlotte the CLT City jerseys?
That just wouldn't. I mean, they have Miles Bridges. They wouldn't want to trade Randle for
Miles Bridges.
Then you got what?
Who else would want it? Boston? Would you trade for Derek White?
I don't think Boston's gonna. I don't know LaMelo Ball, and they're not trading Derek White for LaMelo Ball.
Well, yeah, they would have to. It would have to be like Anthony Simons because like you're not going to trade a defensive. Like one. Yeah, because you're one defensive backcourt player for a strictly offensive player who plays 30 games a season. Who logistically, like,
the best ability is availability, and Anthony Simons is available. He does play.
Yeah, I'd rather get draft picks at that point. Toronto might want to throw it. Just
wrap it up, Jack.
He was just. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just yelling at you. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna sit here all night and do hypothetical trades, boys.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're having fun, Owen. What?
Unk
You just kind of like shat on my parade here.
Unk needs to go to bed. I can't lie. Unk is tired.
You kind of just messed up the vibes. You kind of just messed up the vibes here, buddy.
I can't. I just now it's it. That's it. I don't even know what we're
That's it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I think Toronto could. They definitely could make a push for LaMelo. I mean, just why not? Like you have nothing to lose if you're.
God, imagine LaMelo in Toronto. I know LaMelo in Charlotte's like wild, but LaMelo in Canada just doesn't seem right.
I don't know. It's a big city. He's a big personality. Sure. You got a whole country surrounding you. Yeah, I'm so down for that.
Can we just send him to California where he wants to be?
Well, then you would have to banish him to Sacramento because they need a point guard.
Or the Clippers.
Who was it that predicted him?
Lonzo said
Was it Lonzo? Okay.
Yeah.
I could see it. Well, yeah, that's our list, ladies and gentlemen, and everything that you choose to be in between. If you like this type of content, go ahead, leave a like and comment. And if you are really feeling the need to support us, you can hit that subscribe button and the bell as well. Catch us on Instagram. Catch us on TikTok. We are on YouTube Shorts, of course. So if you're watching this on YouTube, check out our shorts after we finish this thing up. And officially, you can't laugh at me, Bean, because this time I'm really being serious. We are on Spotify. And we are literally on Spotify.
The war is over.
We have the last episode up, so if you haven't checked that out yet, go ahead right now. Don't even watch the ending of this because I know I have a great banger music at the end of this because it's really hype and whatnot. But don't even get to that point. Just get to that other video because that's a really fun video with Drew Hoops. So see you in the next one.